Hello Karptastic ladies and gentlemen, today we'll be taking a look at a Fearow deck. It's the XY Promo 57 and it's got a Delta Evolution trait which goes: you may play this card from your hand to evolve a Pokemon during your first turn or the turn you play that Pokemon. But this can come in handy very much when we lose our coin toss. So in our first turn, which is if we go second, we just play our Spearow and we immediately evolve into Fearow and then do a repeating drill attack which does 20 damage times the number of heads. So on average this attack, if we flip 5 coins, will do 50 damage on average. If we slap on a muscle band, it's 70 damage on average. We are not going to be focusing on the second attack really, but in order to make the first attack more consistent, we have some trick coins in our deck, which allows us to reflip if we are not satisfied by the flips we've gotten. And to further increase this damage, we are going to add some Eeveelutions. So we have an Eeveelutions line with Jolteon and Flareon, the infamous Eeveelutions, which make us both a lightning and fire type in addition to our existing type, which is colorless. Another attacker we are going to be using in this deck is the Regice. It's mainly like a support attacker for when we are having difficulty setting up or when we are facing lots of EXs which are not weak to lightning or fire. Regice is famous for his resistant blizzard attack, which does 70 and then prevents all effects of attacks, including damage, which is really nice, done to this Pokemon by our opponent's Pokemon EX. Now, this attack does only 70 damage, which means that we will need to attack with it 3 times in order to knock out most EXs. Therefore, we have some muscle bands in this deck to increase the damage to 90, so we only need 2 turns to knock out those EXs. As far as drawing support is concerned, we'll be using 3 Shaman EXs with a setup ability. Some Sycamores, 3 of those, and some Birches, 3 of those as well. In order to get to the Shamans, we'll be using 4 Ultra Balls, and in order to get to the supporters a little bit faster, we will be using 4 VS Seekers in combination with 3 Battle Compressors. Now, the Battle Compressors serve another purpose as well. They are, when we are facing an opponent which is not Lightning weak or Fire weak, we have no use for these Flareons and these Jolteons and these Eevees, so we'll just use the Battle Compressors to get rid of them so we don't draw into them when we don't need them. Some more drawing support are these 3 Roller Skates and 2 Trainer's Mail. We really want to go flying through this deck. We want to get a consistent setup in the first turn with Spearow and Fearow so that we can attack immediately with the repeating drill. Then, what else? Another thing we are going to try and do is we're going to try and disrupt our opponents a bit. For that, we are going to be using this Silent Lab Stadium. Now, this is quite counterintuitive because we are running Shaman as well ourselves. So, if we play this Stadium, then the setup ability from Shaman it doesn't work anymore. So, what we are going to try and do is use our Shamans in our first turn, and at the end of our turn, play the Silent Lab, prohibiting our opponent from playing his Shamans in the second turn if we are going first, that is. If we are going second, then we'll play it in our first turn when we are going second. We've also got a Xerosic to get rid of special energies and a Team Flyer Grunt to get rid of energies attached to the active Pokemon. I think that's the most important parts of this deck. We've got 4 double colorless energies and 4 water energies for energy attachments, and then Lysander to Lysander out some Pokemon, as well as a Hex Maniac to disrupt our opponent a bit more. So that being said, let's get into our first match. Here we go. We are facing XX then XX with a grass deck, so that's good for us. If we can get our Flareon out, we can take advantage of the weakness here. I lost the coin flip. Okay, thank you for letting me know. Not really surprised I lost the coin flip. But yeah, that's biased view because we always remember when we lose the coin flip and we forget when we win it. My opponent is selecting his Pokemon. He's got a Heracross, a Wurmple, a Spinarak, so a bit of everything. We've got our Fearow. We'll evolve and I will immediately start applying some pressure to my opponent. First we're going to see what we don't need right now. We've got a VS Seeker. So I think what I will do is discard the Sycamore and VS Seeker it back, as well as a Lysander and the Xerosic. Now let's repeat the process, see if we can thin out our deck a little bit more. We've got an Eevee. Okay. Maybe let's discard the Team Flare Grunt here. As well as this Battle Compressor, no need for another one. As well as that's it. So we'll go for the roller skates. We lost it. Attach the double colorless. And now we're going to Sycamore and draw into a fresh hand of 7 cards. Okay, that's really good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to discard the Trainer's Mail here, as well as this Ultra Ball. And I'm going to search for an Eevee, so that next turn we can evolve into our Flareon and do some serious damage to this Heracross here. Tails. Let's attach the Trick Coin here and draw into 5 more cards. So the speed of this deck is going pretty well right now. Oh, we drew into nothing here. Like, this is very bad to draw into. Let's just attack and call it a day, or call it a turn. I'd say that's pretty good. I'll accept it. Oh, I should have clicked no. I don't want to reflip. I want to accept. Oh well. That's a bit confusing there. So this is probably going to evolve into the Beautifly, with the ability to block the attacks of the E-axis. If I were my opponent, I wouldn't invest in this Heracross right now, because you see the Eevee on my bends, and yeah, so now I've got the Flareon. All I need to do is 130 damage. So in order to do that, I need to flip I do need to flip 4 times heads. That's kind of tricky still. So let's see. I think I'll attach the double colorless to the Shaman. There's nothing much else we can do here. I could have attached it to the Fearow here and gone for Nosedive, but I really want to focus on the first attack. This is a deck for fun anyways. Looks like we're gonna get it as well. Oh, we got it, no problem here. 160 to the Heracross, and down it goes. That was a bit lucky, but luck may happen sometimes, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I was gonna say something smarter, but it didn't happen. Let's check out our opponent's discard pile. 4 grass energies. Oh, a chestnut. So it really is a jumble of things here in my opponent's deck. I think now it's time that we're just getting the worst draws here, but I think it's time we start to apply some pressure here. I'm actually going to go for the Lysander and Lysander out this Heracross here. is gonna need 2 more turns to power up. So I'm gonna stick with the first attack here, even though I can do the second one. If I do the second one, I do 20 damage to myself, and then my opponent can knock me out next turn. What did we flip here? I forgot to look. I'm gonna look in the log here. 4 tails. Oh no. Let's reflip here. 1 head, 2 heads. Come on, 3 heads. Yeah, that's good for me. 120. Nice. So we practically got a guaranteed knockout next turn, whichever attack we use. And we should survive this turn because our opponent is doing 40 damage only. Unless he attaches a muscle band. We see a Sceptile EX. Oh, and we see the evolvement into the Mega Heracross EX. This attack does 180 damage minus 10 damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So basically it's doing 60 damage right now, which is not very very impressive. Oh, finally we got a bit of a better draw. I'm gonna play the stadium here. Don't really want to use any more Shamans right now. So we got a Fearow here. Spearow. I mean the other way around, a Spearow and a Fearow. And that's good enough for me. We're just going to go for the first one. Test our luck here. That's not a lot of luck, but let's count it out. So we've got 40, 80. That's not enough. We're going to reflip. 1 head, 2 heads, 3 heads. And that should do it. That should do it. There, down goes the Mega Heracross EX. A VS Seeker and a Hex Maniac. Oh, no, that's not too bad. So we see here the Sceptile EX getting powered up. It can do 130 damage. If yeah, there we go. The Ariados is come out. So we're gonna get poisoned, and then we're gonna get 130 damage on top of that. That's a knockout. First prize for my opponent. But we've got the next Fearow ready to go. We just need an energy attachment, which shouldn't be too hard to get. Let's see. Let's discard this Jolteon and this Shaman. Get out the Spearow. Evolve into this Fearow. Oh. And I'm just gonna Sycamore again. So we're down to 16 cards. With this Sycamore we should be able to get an energy attachment. Oh yeah, plenty of energy right there. Plenty of energy. Even got a muscle band. So I'm just gonna attach a water energy. And now we don't get to re-flip, but we do have the muscle band, which is not very, which wasn't very impressive. Even though we just had a bad attack, I'm not worrying at all. Our opponent's gonna knock us out, but we've got another Fearow ready to go. This turn is the end of the game for my opponent. This is it. We have won the game with a Fearow XY57. Gonna take the game for us here. All we have to do is attack and hope for some luck. 1, 2. Okay, the game. That's game. The game is over. 2 prizes and victory is ours. So yeah, that was a pretty good game. Not too exciting from like we were in the lead all the time. It wasn't too hard of a matchup for us. Our opponent had a bit of a jumbled up deck as well. So I think I'm going to play another game here. Okay, so our next opponent is Slide the Best with a water type deck. Okay, that's so our Eeveelutions are not gonna come in handy here. Not a single bit. We'll have to focus on the Regis and the Fearow. But of course we don't get any of those in our starting hand. Okay, so we will start with the Eevee. And we don't want to put these Shaman on our bench. You see Crushing Hammers, I don't really like that. I hate Crushing Hammers with a passion. God, I hate Crushing Hammers. I think it's overpowered. Even though it's a flip to it, I still think it's overpowered. Yes, we know you've got Crushing Hammers in your deck. Please draw a basic card. I don't want to see your Crushing Hammers. Oh my god. He is playing like one basic in his deck. Ooh, that would be pretty funny. Okay, there we go. He found a basic. Yes, please give me cards. Please. I want cards. I want cards. Ooh. Not really the cards I wanted, but... Oh, it's a Swampert EX. Okay. That's pretty interesting. It's from the tins, the tin promo. You also see a Toad. Not one of my favorite cards either. I also think that one is OP. You can build amazing decks with it, but I don't know. It's a double colorless, and you get to lock your opponent out of item cards. So we are facing EXs, so we are going to try and invest in the Regis here before things get out of hand. We're going to get rid of one of these Eevees and a Jolteon. Maybe get out another Regis. Yep, there we go. We'll get this Muscle Band, get it ready. We really don't want to get... So I'm even gonna play this here because there's no point keeping his items if the Seismitoad might lock us out of using them. Do I want to play this is the question, because I know my opponent plays hammers. We know for sure and our opponent concedes the match. That's unfortunate because I think we were onto something here. So I guess a third match, third time's the charm. We'll be going for a third match here. Here we go again. This time we are facing Darkuma 13 with a Psychic and a Metal type deck. Also some colorless in there. Probably the Shamans. The Shaman engine. Our opponent is going first. We start off with a Fearow. We'll put both of the Fearows down, and we haven't got much else in our hand. So we see a Metagross here. That's not very good because we don't have any cards in our deck to make our opponent shuffle his cards back in his deck. Okay. Our opponent seems to have trouble getting a basic. There we go. Yes, I would like to draw some more cards, please. Because I don't like my hand very much. Okay, that's fine for me. So we will be able to attack here in our turn. Oh wow, our opponent flips heads immediately. Another roller skates, another heads. Oh my, that is not good for us. That is not good. Hopefully we can knock out this Beldum right away here. Put a stop to our opponent's rise. So we'll do this. And we'll actually go for a... we'll try to get a Flareon out here. Because the Metagross is fire weak. So we've got a Flareon in our deck there. What do we not want to see? We do not want to see... oh, we do want to see that. We don't want to see the Xerosic right now. As well as... this Regice is not going to be of much use. As well as this Jolteon here. Do we have a... oh, we've got a VS Seeker. Then I'm going to rethink this and go for a Birch here. There we go. Let's VS Seeker this Birch back into our hand. Play the Shaman. See what else we can get here. Another Fearow, that's good. And now what I want to do is I want to get out an Eevee here. So that we can get the Flareon at some point. Go Birch! Aww. Okay, so we are... let's see if we can do what our opponent did. Nope, we cannot. So it's time for us to attack. And hopefully we can knock out this Beldum, but it's not looking like it. So I'm gonna reflip this. That was just ridiculous. Come on. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was not good. Not good. Yeah, that was... if we would have knocked out this Beldum, that would have helped us out a lot. But our opponent seems to have problem getting his Eeveelutions out, so we'll stay alive for now. Do I want to play another Eevee? Not really. But I also don't want to draw into it again, so I'll just do it. Yes, we've got heads. Okay, so now we're talking. Now we are talking. Let's see if we can get the stadium. That's good. As well as the Flareon here. There you are. Now there's no way our opponent is gonna be able to stay alive. And let's play another Shaman for good measure. As well as these roller skates, which does not give us anything. As well as... do you want to play another Ultra Ball? Oh yeah, why not? Okay. So I'm now gonna put my stadium down. We don't want to play any more Shamans. And I'm going to go for the attack. No, I don't want to reflip. That's enough. Taking the prize lead here. We get a Sycamore. That's pretty good. Next turn, I want to Lysander out the Beldum on the bench there. I'm not really scared of the Kangaskhan. Even though it just knocked us out. I'm actually gonna get a Regice, I think. Yeah. Let's do that. Okay. And let's get a Regice. So this Kangaskhan will not bother us anymore in the future. And now let's Lysander out the Beldum. There we go. And we'll pray for some luck here. Come on. Yes, there we go. That's enough. You're doing pretty well so far. We even got a Birch. all we need now is a water energy, so we can start attacking with the Regis. We stay alive even with the Fearow. That's good. We got another Fearow. Don't really need that anymore. We do need it. There we go. Our opponent saw the writing on the wall. We were in the match there. We were pretty steaming through the match. We were on a roll. Oh, and we complete the challenge here. Daily challenge complete. Oh yes, Phantom Forces booster pack. Okay, so that will be it for me for today. I think this was some pretty cool matchups here. I think it's quite a fun deck to play. It's not meant to be competitive at all, but yeah, it's pretty cool to play. If you think you've got some improvements for it, just let me know down in the comments, because I'm pretty sure there a lot of improvements can be made. It's just meant to be a fast deck, a fun deck. And I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a Karptastic day, and I will see you next time.
Karp, 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 Karp.